Okay, the name of the game is CPR, which is catch, photo, release. So I just caught this fish, and I'm going to walk you through the process of making sure that you get a good photo on Tourney X and being able to submit the fish. So typically I'll have a net, my net or something like that, where I can put the fish until I'm ready to measure them. And I'll get my board ready here. Typically what I'll do is I'll rest one edge up here on the gunnel on this side, let it fall to the other side. The reason that is because the fish's nose is going to go against the fence there, and you want your identifier for the tournament, which is provided by the tournament director, visible in the picture to make sure that it's a legal fish. And so once I'm ready to measure my fish, I'm going to go ahead and get him out of the net. Then the other thing I do is I put my net here on this side. And the reason I do that, if the fish does flip while you're trying to take a picture, it goes into the net as opposed to back in the water, and then you don't have a picture of your fish. So looks like he's got a little bit of blood on his gills there. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get the Tourney X app pulled up here. So we're going to come to the first page. We're going to go ahead and put the fish on the board, and he would be considered a legal fish in most tournaments. 12 inches is typically the minimum. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a photo. What you want to do is you want to make sure that your photo includes from the fence all the way through the fish's tail, directly above the top of it with the identifier in the photo. I take a couple of photos to make sure that I've got one I can use. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the fish back in my net. You don't have to do this part if you don't want to. You can just release it. You know, check the. But I like to check my photos before I release the fish, and make sure that I've got a submittable photo. So I'm going to go back to the app here, and we're going to hit submit catch. I'm going to use one of the other tournaments that I'm currently using, or competing in. So basically there's my fish right there. I believe he was 14 inches. Doesn't matter, I'm probably going to delete him anyway. I'm going to submit this one. I'm going to send it to the live well. And then what I'll do is I'll go to the live well and look at the fish and make sure, you can touch this, make sure that the fish's nose is against the bumper. And actually he's 1375, not 14. The identifier is visible in the photo itself, and that would be one that what you can do is, if you want to delete this fish, you can delete it by swiping left. If you want to submit it, you can submit it by swiping right and save that fish. I'm going to go ahead and delete this one since I'm not using it. And that is how you measure and submit a fish. Now the other thing that you want to make sure that you do, I always like to make sure that the fish that I catch are lively when I let them go, making sure that you take good care of them. And that one's just kind of hovering there, and there he goes.